Hello everyone, it's me, Madame Macabre, and welcome back to a much overdue video. Hey guys, so for today's video, first of all, I wanted to say hello again. I know I've been away for a very long time, so it is great to see you guys again. And for today's video, I'll be honest, I don't really have a script for this. I just wanted it to all come right from me because I figured the elephant in the room, I have been away for a while. I just kind of like disappeared. I haven't been active on any of my other social media. I just straight up like disappeared like a fart in the wind. And first of all, I wanted to apologize for just like up and disappearing on you guys. And second, I just kind of wanted to explain where I've been since I haven't really been open with you guys and talking about what I've been going through up until now. See, I can sort of pinpoint the beginning of this little existential crisis thing I went through to right around when, the whole panoramic thing, what we're saying, started happening. Is that something that we still can't talk about on YouTube? I don't know, but y'all know, the big global event that shut life down. Has it really been almost like 2.5 years since that? Because that's crazy to me, but that sort of marked the beginning of this spiral that I went through. See, I had been going all fine and dandy, making my music, making my videos, interacting with you guys, going to events, meeting you. Things were great. And then they really weren't. Just like with everybody else, I was hit pretty hard when things came to a screeching halt. See, there's always this cool, glamorous side to doing online work and influencer stuff, where it looks like this awesome, just no downside, but I will be honest, a lot of it is very much manufactured. You only really get to see the best of the best moments. So like if we've got pictures where we're doing something really cool and awesome, that picture is really cool and awesome, but you also are only getting that little snapshot, not any of the ugly little behind the scene things that are happening, or the 99.9% of our life where we're not doing cool and awesome things and we're just home and trying to figure ourselves out and wade through depression and all that. So a lot of what you're seeing, don't let it make you feel bad about your own life. I guess is the thing I'm trying to get out of this, is a lot of people who are like showing these things online, that's not their normal life. That's genuinely manufactured, and you shouldn't use that to judge yourself by. But point being, sidetracked already. This is what happens when I don't have any sort of script. When everything shut down, I ended up going into a bit of a depression. Like, I won't lie, it was pretty bad. I started questioning what I'm doing, like what's the point? Because honestly, doing a lot of the self-employed stuff, I wasn't going out in the community. I didn't really have roots there. Everything was from home. I was a hermit, a homebody. I would work from home, and the only time I would go out and interact with people was when I was going to events and going to shows and doing things. That was my social interaction. So as soon as the old panorama hit and everything shut down, I didn't know how to process that. Now, I also realized that this is not a unique experience because this affected everybody. And that's where I think it's a point where we can sort of empathize with one another, because I'm sure y'all went through that too, because a lot of jobs, you couldn't go into work. Like, a lot of things went to mobile and everything, but it was tough because I'm already a very naturally shy person. I don't have a huge social circle. Like, yeah, I have a lot of online friends, but they're not people that I see on the regular or really know me super deeply. I've got a small circle. And I don't know, when everything shut down, I just kind of burnt out. I spent so much of my year, I realized, looking forward to the events that I was going to, because they were really the thing keeping me going. Like, I was not, like, I was making it look like I was having a lot more fun than I was, because I was just staying home and working on my stuff, not going out doing anything. The high point of my life, of my year, was always going out and doing events and meeting up with people. Those were the things I had to look forward to, my milestones, to keep me going through the darker parts. And I'm sure many, many of you can relate, because that's kind of a common thing for most people who are more like introverted and don't constantly go out and like attached to their community. This was a tough thing for a lot of people, but all those events, all those things keeping me going were yanked away. And while I was trying to process what that meant to me, a seed got planted in my head. I don't know exactly when, but I sort of got the grass is always greener syndrome, where I was just, rather than realizing that this was a big, universal, worldwide event that was affecting everybody, I ascribed my unhappiness, my vast unhappiness and discontentedness to being online. I just assumed that was what was causing my unhappiness, and that none of this unhappiness would be happening if I just tried to live a more traditional life where I disconnected from the internet. I stopped doing all of that, and I just found a regular job. If I could just do that, life would be so much better and easier. And I just had this idea stuck in the back of my head that literally for over a year, it was just like burning in the back of my head. And over time, it started to affect me online. I started putting out less content, less songs, less frequent posts. I started pulling back and leaning more in. I picked up a part-time job, which it did help for a while because I was actually going out and interacting with more people, because by this point in time, at least down in my new state, I moved down to Arizona. Washington, for all I know, may still be in lockdown. But in Arizona, stuff is more open, so I could at least go into work and interact with people. But I still had this grass is greener idea in my head that I just needed to get a more traditional job, and I was still caught in my head. I was stuck in that loop. Well, a little bit more time passed, and I actually got the opportunity to get a traditional Monday through Friday 9-to-5 job. And I was real excited, thinking, here it is. I'm finally gonna be happy. I'm finally gonna be content. This depression's gonna go away. This emptiness this hollowness that I'm experiencing, it's gonna go away when I get this job, because again, I spent the last year and a half building this idea up in my brain that this is what I needed to fix everything. Spoiler alert, it was not the thing that was missing. It did not make me happier. In fact, during that period of time, I was the most miserable I have ever been in my life, because not only did I pull away from all my social media, which if you saw that huge stretch of time I was away for, that was the bulk of it. I pulled away from the social media, but so that disconnected me from a lot of the social interactions I was getting there. And the other thing, I was no longer using my artistic outlet. I was no longer expressing myself through music. I was no longer creating my art and my videos, which I realize now that artistic expression is really like, as an artsy-fartsy person, I need that or I will lose my soul. I will lose my mind. And that's what started to happen. I was becoming miserable. Like, I was not wanting to get out of bed in the morning. I was forcing myself to go to this job that I hated to my core of my being. I hated it. But I just kept going because at that point I had it in my head that, well, it's too late. You already threw everything away. You went and you started this job, so now you have to finish it. And I just kind of got stuck in this loop, in this cycle. And it was a bad period of time. I won't lie. It was a really bad period of time. And I was going through it, y'all. I was going through it. And just something clicked along the way. I met a new friend, and he's a musician. He's trying really hard to get his music to kick off. He's really, really good. But I was talking to him, and I don't know, something about talking to him and seeing how he's also was doing the struggle of doing that job that he hated and felt like it was eating his soul, but he was still finding time to do his work and to do his art and to make it happen, and how he's fighting just to get a crumb of relevancy. And something about that, honestly, just like snapped something in my brain. It like woke me up, and it made me realize, what am I doing? What am I doing? I don't have to do this. I don't have to stay here. I can still go back to making my art. I can still go back to making my music. Why am I choosing to keep myself here? Some weird sense of obligation to a job that doesn't value me as a human being? I mean, to them, I'm just a number. They could replace me easily. Like, they don't care about me. So why do I have this weird sense of obligation? Which, that's an anxiety thing, by the way. Like, the idea of putting in a notice and leaving is freaking terrifying. Like, I literally was losing sleep the night before I decided to do it. I couldn't sleep, and I was like having chest pain and stuff. I was so stressed out. Besides the point, though, I ended up just taking that wild hair. I put the notice in, I packed up my desk, I came home, and I sat down, and I started composing again. And for the first time in a very, very long time, I felt like I had my spirit back. And it's weird because while I was going through it, I didn't realize how much of me was missing in this time. So to feel it back, I can now appreciate the gravity of how badly it had been affecting me. So it's crazy. I am taking the second shot at attempting to basically just chase my art, chase my passions one more time. I mean, heck, if it doesn't work out and I have to go back to working another job, other people do it. I can make it work. I can juggle my stuff. But for now, I'm just gonna take the next couple of weeks to get my bearings, to get back active in my stuff here, to make more music, which I do have another song coming out. Probably by the time I post this, it may either be out or it will be out within a day or so. So I've got music that's coming out again. I've got things in the works, and it feels really, really good to be back and making stuff. So for those who hung around patiently waiting for me, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. And I don't know, I wanted to be a little bit candid with you in this video, because it's not the easiest thing to do, to open up and talk about this stuff, but it is kind of important to do it, I realize, especially because so many people, I'm sure, are feeling the exact same way, having the exact same struggles, or if it's not exactly the same, it's a very parallel, similar struggle, and it's good to be able to talk to people and share in these feelings. But the main point of this is I wanted to tell you guys that I am back, and I am actually going to stick to it. I'm actually going to put my full effort into giving you guys content again, making songs again, making my art, you know, chasing that, not letting it go because of some weird existential crisis that the stupid Panera Bread global situation ended up knocking me into. It really, gosh, it frazzled my brain, and I am just glad I woke up from it before it was entirely too late. So I look forward to the many changes that are going to be happening here. I'm going to have new types of content because I will be honest, another part of the reason that I burn out was literal burnout on doing the same thing again and again and again and again and again for years. So I'm going to mix it up a little bit, have some new content, still have spooky stuff, have some witchy stuff, have some music. So we'll see where this goes. But thank you guys so much for hanging in there with me. And, you know, if you guys have been through the similar things or the same things, you know, I feel you. I genuinely feel you, and you've got the strength to get through it. I got through it. We can get through this living, waking nightmare together. Anyway, if you have any questions or anything, feel free to put them down in the comments below. I'm trying to just be open and candid with you guys, so I'm happy to open that communication and, you know, just chat with you guys. I'm gonna try and also start streaming and stuff again too, because I really do miss that, like, immediate one-on-one interaction with you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time, and I mean it this time, with another video. Alright, stay safe, and if you're still going through it, you got this. I believe in you. Alright, stay creepy.